Perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
Hey, yo, what up, everybody? It is 9 o'clock Wednesday night, and it's your boys, Mike and Mish with the Mike and Mish Show. What up, Mikey?
Yo, what is happening, people? We are back. It is Wednesday night, and we got a double header for you.
Dude, we got a doubleheader fresh off of a fucking violent weekend in Hollywood, Florida. We'll talk a little bit about that. Our first
Yeah.
guest of the night will be Corey, what you talking about, Willis, who has lost his original opponent. So we're going to talk to him about that, see who his next opponent's going to be, what the hell's the deal with that. I know he's planning on still fighting in Newark, so we're going to find out about that. Then we're going to talk to a Jersey guy who's going to be fighting in front of that Jersey crowd down there. Phil Hitman Caracappa is going to be on, coming off of quite possibly the dirtiest bare knuckle fight we've ever seen in our entire career of covering this thing, right? Back in Philly in January. That was nuts.
There's a couple of dirty things happening in that fight. I
That shit was
got
crazy.
about it. Like, it's funny because it's like all the memories came back to me from being there, because when we're there, everything's just moving so quickly that I remember it all happening, but my brain just is like, it's like all white noise, you know? And then when I started watching that fight, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. And as soon as I saw the first foul, I was like, there's a whole bunch more, but I don't remember what
What they were.
happened. There's just
And
another and another and another. It's like, holy
yeah.
shit. That's right. This was crazy. That was a nutty fight.
And the first foul was like, I'm pretty sure it was like an eye gouge or something. It was like he dug
Like
his
a
finger.
face rake, like a
It was like a face.
WWF
Yes,
rake.
I was just gonna say that. It was like some pro wrestling shit. He like dug his fingernails in and ripped down his face. It was crazy. We were like,
Yeah.
"Whoa, Ric Flair's in the ring right now. This is crazy."
Yeah.
And
Woo!
there was headbutts, late hits, back of the head shots. It was fucking wild, dude.
The funny thing is I just like Sean Wheelock, he kept saying, hey man, this guy's just tired, just trying to do whatever he can to survive, pretty much. Like, that's what he's just kept kind of like playing it off, like, hey, this guy's really tired. He's just doing whatever he can. It was just really it's not funny for Caracappa, but it just the situation is just so crazy that it's
Derek
funny, you
Kappa
know?
dealt with it well, pretty
He
good
did.
though. We'll
Yeah.
talk to him about that later, and we're gonna talk to Corey in a minute here. But before we bring him on, I gotta say, man, maybe Perdomo is the real deal. What do you what do you think? We'll get Corey's thoughts on this too when he comes on. But what do you think, Mike? I mean, Arnold Adams is a two-time heavyweight champion for the BKFC. He's a Hall of Famer for them for sure. When it's all said and done, if they have their own BKFC Hall of Fame, he'll be a first ballot Hall of Famer. But man, after the first time they fought, and it was like all kinds of fuckery going on in the ring, and we didn't know what to make of it. He went out there and basically did everything he wants again. It was pretty crazy, and I think everybody, if they weren't a believer now, before, they got to be a believer now, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you can't fight the guy. I mean, the people go in the ring, they try to fight him, and every single time it's the same result. It doesn't really matter how much experience the person has so far. It doesn't matter if they're a new fighter, they haven't had any fights, they fought in MMA, or if they were champions in BKFC. It doesn't matter. They got to live by Chael Sonnen. He has very, very wise words. I can't let you get close, man. Just can't
Right.
let you
Yeah.
get close. Don't let him get close, man. Because if you do, it seems like that's it, right? If he gets close
Right.
and lands something, it just seems like it doesn't even matter. Because sometimes like his feet, like he doesn't even look like he's standing like solid, like he's slipping
Yeah.
all over the place, and still he'll just throw a punch out and it'll land, and the dude will be like, ugh. Like
He just
he
has insane
he's
power, like you
he's got
just
some
said.
he's got some wild power. Yeah,
He's got
he
insane
does.
power, and that sets up probably a Ben Rothwell fight down the road here. And just like you said,
Oh yeah.
Rothwell at 6'4" with super long arms.
Can't let
If
him
he
get
can keep
close.
him, at length, I think Perdomo will have a problem on his hands. If he gets inside, who the fuck knows? He's 9 for 9. So before
Right.
we'll touch back on that, ladies and gentlemen. Before we bring in our first guest, make sure you check out our sponsor for the show, Full Blast Clothing. a clothing brand for the fans and the fighters. Hold nothing back. Give it all you got. Give it all you got in the ring and outside the ring. Hit up Full Blast. Go to www.fullblast.com. Check out their clothing line and go follow them on Instagram at Full Blast Clothing on Instagram. And you could see Mike and I rocking those shirts. I got the tan. I got like the army tan one. It looks like you got a green one on there, right?
Yeah, this is a little green. Yeah, it's a little olive, maybe. I don't know.
Little olive green. I like it. It would match my my shoes that I got over here. I got my Jordans.
Yeah, support the show, support the sponsors. Get out there, get yourself a Full Blast t-shirt, some merch. I love it.
And with
it's right
that
up
said,
my alley.
It is. It's nice and it's comfortable stuff. It's very comfortable.
Yeah,
Mike, you want to bring on Corey? What you talk about, Willis?
Yeah, man. Why? Without further ado, right after these messages, we'll be right back with What You Talking About, Willis.
There he is. There he is. Corey, what you talking about, Willis? Welcome to the Mike and Mish Show. How you doing, my friend?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Doing all right. Are you at the
Doing
soccer
good.
game right now? Are you at your daughter's soccer game?
I am. It's soccer practice. I got in the car here, so
Soccer practice.
to make it a little quieter for you guys.
Nice.
Do you all about?
Do you drive a
soccer
truck?
games.
Do you drive a truck, an SUV, or a car?
I had to sell my truck and I had to get a Suburban because we have 5 kids, so they all couldn't fit in my truck. So I had to kind of downgrade to the old Suburban.
Yeah, the downgrade to the Suburban. I think it sounds pretty nice. I'm actually gonna upgrade to something to that effect. I need a 3rd row. I can't do the 2nd row anymore. The kids I have a 6-year-old and 8-year-old daughter, 2 girls, and yeah, now they've got friends. There's sleepovers. There's soccer. There's art. There's all this other stuff. There's no room for these people. I need more room for people.
Right. Yeah. The Suburban, I mean, it's been a game changer. I mean, I love it. So I say downgraded. My truck was pretty nice, but
yeah,
this is what I needed.
I was going to say, like, recently during baseball season, once I was done regular season when my kid was playing All-Stars, I didn't have to coach anymore. I was a spectator at that point. So I realized that, like, backing the truck up to the field and putting nice camping chairs in the back of the truck gives you skybox seats, and it's the best way to watch your kids play sports ever. Now I do it at his football games too. It's great. I love it. So
there you go.
There you go. Corey, last time we saw you, you were in Sturgis fighting a madman named Zach Kalmus. It was crazy. He is a super entertaining fighter, like we always say. And you came out victorious. But my point that I want to make here is you looked like a new man going into there than you did the first time around against Brady Meister. You went out, fought a guy, Brady Meister, in Montana. He's 6'7". He's a freaking giant of a human. And you took him out in 1 round. You come back against Zach Kalmus, you look like you turned into a muscle man a little bit. It looks like you got heavy into the gym, really committed to the sport, and you looked amazing in Sturgis. You did everything you wanted to do against a guy like Zach who causes problems for everybody. Talk a little bit about the transition from the first fight to the second fight and where your head's at right now, 3 weeks out from Newark.
Yeah. I had surgery in my neck. I had a tumor removed. It was non-cancerous. And that was November of 23. And, it was the first time that I let myself go again. I got back up to 280 pounds. And then so I just started hitting the gym hard. I took a fight in Canada. I wasn't really prepared. I lost that fight, and then I was just all in. And, I've been in training camp since. So probably since July of 2024. And then I had a MMA fight September of 24. It fell out like 4 fights into our, 4 fights before mine. And they offered me a Brady Meister. And I didn't want to do bare knuckle. I really didn't. I
No,
thought it was crazy. I thought everyone was crazy doing it. But I accepted just because I had that itch. And he hit me one time with his bare knuckles out that long jab, and I felt it, so I knew I had to take him out. I wasn't the fighter I am now. I learned a lot from that because it's the sport of hit and don't get hit. So yeah, I just invested my time into the gym. I had 2 other fights after Brady, and then Bare Knuckle called me back up to fight in Sturgis, and I was ready to go. So, it was about a 8, 9, 10 month training camp, and I've just stayed with it. So,
I know.
yeah.
Oh, go ahead. I thought you were done.
Oh, and I was gonna say, yeah, getting into Sturgis, I felt like I was pretty prepared, but fighting against Calmus, that was that helped me out a ton. I mean, the guy is nuts, and I hit him hard, and the harder I hit him, he want to come back stronger. So I, if the doctors didn't stop it, I knew I had to knock the guy out or kill him. Like he wasn't gonna quit. So that was a different mental, I guess, upgrade for me. His fighting Calmus.
Yeah, it's like mental exhaustion because you're
Yeah.
physically you're winning the fight, but the fight keeps going on. It's not ending. You're like,
Yeah,
is
he
it
just
gonna
keeps
end
coming
soon,
back.
or I have to keep fighting? What the hell? It's
Yeah.
round 3. I think I've done pretty well. Is he gonna stop coming at me? Nope. He is definitely not gonna stop.
Yeah. He got stronger as the fight went on, which was wild.
Yeah.
the first time we ever saw Zach fight live was the first time we met him. Mike and I meet Zach, and we see him fight a guy named Bobo O'Bannon.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
Was that Birmingham, Mike, or was that Biloxi?
BKFC 17, Birmingham, Alabama.
Birmingham, dude. Bobo kept knocking him down, and Zach kept getting up like the damn Undertaker, and like he won over that whole arena. And ever since, everybody's been a fan of his. And just like you said, I think Bobo had to keep thinking in his head, like, what do I got to do to this guy to put him down? Yeah. Big Ben in the comments says knocked him down 6 times in that fight. It was crazy. But Zach strung together a nice win streak too, so that win over him for you was a good win, like a real solid win over a real solid BKFC veteran.
I appreciate that. And yeah, I watched that Bobo Bannon fight, and that was one where I was like, all right, I see he gets knocked down. He's not going to quit. So I knew I had to make a doctor stoppage or, find a punch that would actually knock the guy out. Has he ever been knocked out in any of his fights?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Just doctor
That
stoppages.
fight
That's
was
it.
a TK, right? They ended that fight, but like, yeah, I think that's the worst that he's lost a fight, and then you beat him. Yeah, he has a lot of experience. I mean, the guys that I feel like we go to events, he's at like half the events we go to.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
He's
really
never
is
been
kind of wild.
Pat Brady stopped him though, right?
He did. That's right.
Pat Brady stopped him.
He did.
He didn't
Yes,
knock him out, but he got the
Nope.
TKO win over him.
Yeah.
But anyway, so with that, okay, let's figure out current events here, Corey. Current events. Pat the Brick Brady is an absolute beast. Another step up in competition, you would have had a really nice fight in front of you, and a win over Pat Brady would have probably even catapulted you even further up in the ranks. But we all saw the video. We saw him pop his bicep, and I've torn a bicep. I don't know if you have. It's painful, and that sucks for him. And I'm sure it sucks for you. I'm sure you were looking forward to fighting Pat. With that said, we are expecting you to still be on that card October 4th. Do you have a replacement opponent? Will we be seeing you fight October 4th in Newark?
It's still up in the air, but as you say, the crazy turn of events, that same day that Pat tore his bicep, BKFC called my coach, and they asked us if we would accept the main event fight down in Hollywood, Florida on Friday. So we accepted. I was going to go fight Perdomo. Arnold was a no-show. And so we're in Montana. It's about a 5-hour flight to Florida. Thursday, we got on a plane 7 in the morning, and we show up 7 Mountain Time, and we show up in Florida at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And my coach pulls up Instagram, and Perdomo and Adams weighed in. So we're like, what the heck? He called. He
No
called.
way.
What's his name? Anyways, the matchmaker. He called him and he's like, hey,
Nate
just get
Shook.
here, come weigh in. Yeah, Nate Shook. Come weigh in. You know, we'll talk to you later. So we go. We show up. I weigh in. Weighed in at 238, and I was ready to fight. You know, contract signed, everything. And then that night, Adams, he just didn't look himself. I don't know if you guys watched the weigh-ins or not. He didn't look right. So Serge, you know, pulled me to the side and he said, just stay ready. Andy Hall's like, stay ready. Friday, you know, fight day, I was like, all right, guys, what am I doing? They're like, hey, just bring your gear to the fight. We still don't know. So I brought my gear, and about 5 p.m. Eastern Time, they're like, all right, we're going to go with Adams. You know,
No
all
way.
respect to Adams. Yeah, all respect to Perdomo. You know, but I was ready to take on the #1 contender, you know, and on a 1-day notice. But it was going to be a moment that I couldn't pass up. So
That's crazy.
with that
That
fight,
is
you guys
crazy.
saw it, and I heard you guys talk about it.
Yeah.
Actually, Pat Brady called me that Wednesday night, and he's like, "You taking on Perdomo?" And I said, "I am." And so he started chatting with me and was giving me ideas how to beat him. And I mean, Pat's a great guy. I would love to fight the guy because I mean,
Yeah.
he's a legend over on that East Coast, and he's a good fighter. And you're absolutely right. I would level up if I took on Pat and I beat him. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. So, yeah, all while we're down in Florida, Shook and you know, Feldman, they all said that they're going to give me a fight in Newark. They're going to replace my fight. And also, I heard that another heavyweight got taken out. Another one got injured on that card. So it makes sense just to put me with the other heavyweight that's on that card. But I don't know. They haven't said a word since we left Florida. So it's up in the air.
Really? Well, first of all, let's unpack that for a second.
Okay.
Good for you for having the, I mean, for your phone ringing and them offering you that Perdomo fight. They clearly have you know, they're very confident in your skill. They're not going to call anybody on a couple days notice to just lead them to the slaughter with fucking Perdomo. You man, I wonder what would have happened in that fight with you and him, because you guys are kind of built the same way. And you know, Arnold, like you said, was very stoic. He was very, and he always is, by the way. Arnold
He
is
is.
always like a super calm guy. Every time we've talked to him, even live and in person,
Very
even that way,
nonchalant.
very nonchalant. There's a perfect way to call him. Nonchalant is basically his demeanor at all times, but he seemed a little extra nonchalant this time, and I don't know what was going on with him. But yeah, it didn't go his way that night. I wonder what would have happened if you know, getting that phone call and after losing your opponent in Newark, you got a little extra fire under you. You know what I mean? That might have been something insane. That's crazy.
Yeah, you know, and yeah, Perdomo, he's something else, and I don't know what he has in his hands. I mean, he must have lightning in those hands. But he's human. Well, you know, I mean, he's just another human. Go out there, it just takes one punch. And honestly, I was hoping to make it to the second and third round with him, and then go from there. I mean, he hasn't made it out of the first round, which is just wild to me. I mean,
Not
the
9
guy,
for
he
9.
knocks people out.
He
8 minutes of fighting in 9 fights.
he's got such power, and he takes advantage of bare knuckle fighting. I mean,
Yeah.
what he does, could it work in boxing? For a little while, maybe, but you know what I mean? It seems
Yeah.
like he's got a massive advantage in bare knuckle because obviously because it's bare knuckle. He's going to come forward and he swings. He's got tons of energy, tons of power, very fast, and he's pretty accurate with his shots when he comes in. he doesn't need to be he doesn't need to be grounded. He just needs to touch his target. That's it. So he banks on himself like, hey, I'm going to land first. I'm going to land harder. So I don't even care if I really get hit, because he knows that if he can just land one shot, that's pretty much going to be over. Because even if he doesn't knock the guy out, so far we've seen he knocks someone down, they're never the same after that first shot. He just continuously knocks people down after that, if they even survive the first knockdown. It's really wild. And like you said, he hasn't gone deeper in the fight. So obviously that is the game plan for everybody. Keep him at a distance, try to dodge his punches, bring him into the later rounds, because I even personally, it's still a mystery. I'm pretty sure everybody feels the same way. Like, how is this guy going to fare in the later rounds? Because all in all, he's got 9 fights, but he doesn't have a whole hell of a lot of experience fighting.
He just said it. Corey just said it. 8 minutes of fighting and 9 fights.
Yeah.
It's fucking wild.
Crazy.
It is wild. Yeah. And if it was gloved boxing, the second he like charges in, if he doesn't land his punches, people are going to tie him up and get broken up anyway. And the advantage for him in this is you could dirty box. You know what I mean? Get in there in the clinch and just keep throwing, and that's fucking dangerous. We had a guy on the show last week that asked to come on the show because he wanted to make some noise, and he wanted that fight with you when Pat Brady fell out. He's his teammate. What do you know about Lex Ludlow, and is there any interest in fighting that guy? Because I'm going to be honest with you right now, I don't know what the other heavyweight fight that was on the Newark card. If you go on the website, they only have like 5 or 6 fights listed, and you and Brady were the only heavyweight listed. So I don't know who the other fight was. Thoughts about Lex?
I don't know much about Lex. I know he looks like Paul Blart, the mall cop, and that's about it. Other than that, he loves to run his mouth. I watched his fight. Who was that against? His last fight, and then he called out the world after it. So I watched that one. I mean, he's not Pat Brady, I'll tell you that. He's a couple inches shorter than me. He's quite a bit slower than Pat Brady. So, I mean, it would just be, it would be a fun fight. I mean, anybody on that Newark card would be great. I would love to just fight in front of that stage. Like I said, if it becomes Lux or Lex, that'd be awesome. But yeah, like I said, I don't know much about him. We're just kind of waiting to see who it might be. I got called out when I was down in Florida from this Anthony Garrett, who he's a little more intimidating than Lux is, or Lex. Is it Lex or Lux?
It's Lex.
Lex.
You know, Anthony Garrett. I think he's like he's like God's warrior or Christ's warrior.
The warrior of Christ.
Warrior of Christ. Dude, that guy, I will agree with you. People need to take him serious. I think he's 3-0 now with 3 knockouts. That guy he's massive. He's like, I don't know. He looks like he's about 6'5", 6'6". He's a really tall, strong dude. One of the nicest guys you'll ever talk to when you get to talking to him. But he like respectfully called out a bunch of fights when we were in Texas talking to him. If that's a fight that they're talking about, that's a very interesting one too, because I said it down in Texas. I'm like, man, this guy gets one more win under his belt and he moves to 4-0. The heavyweight division better start fucking talking about him a little bit. So that's an interesting name that you said there.
Yeah, so Sean Wheelock brought him up to me. Actually, he was talking to my coach in the elevator down in Florida, and then so we looked him up, and Anthony has the heavyweight knockout record. I think he knocked the guy out in 12 seconds or something. So he holds the record. I mean, he has power in his hands. Taller guy, which I don't like fighting, but he is a little bit slower than I am. I think we can move around, take out his body, and do some work on him. But like I said, I don't know who they're gonna put me against, if they're gonna put me against anybody. They were promising me the world down in Florida, and I haven't heard a thing from them since. So hopefully I can get back on that card. And I think Lex, he's a Jersey boy, right, or a Philly boy?
He's a Philly.
He's from
boy.
that area.
Philly.
So I mean,
that was
just
kind of
makes
the thought
sense.
process behind it. Was, look, this guy, we were talking to him like, hey, stay ready. I don't know if you saw the interview, and it's like, hey, stay ready. Something could happen. We didn't even know at that point in time that something had happened or was about to happen. And then Brady put that out and we're like, holy shit, like this could possibly happen. We were talking about it. So we posted
They need
it
to change
because,
my picture
hey,
too.
Yeah, you're a little trimmer than that right now.
So it gives you your fight back on a giant card because that's a big card. There's a card
It
you
is a big
don't want to
card.
not be on, right? And it gets him the opportunity to get on that card. So we figured, hey, listen, if this guy's ready, you're already on the card. Technically, I feel like you're holding down a spot there. Then why not? I mean, hey,
Yeah, why not?
there's a missing fight on the card. We need heavyweights. You're ready to go. He's saying he's ready to go. Shit, sign the fight. And you want to know what? Earlier, he sent us a message to send to you on the show. I do not have it uploaded here, but basically, he just said that, and I'm going to quote, this is not me saying this to you. I don't want to fight you. Flex Ludlow wants to fight you.
He wants to fight everybody for the last fight I saw.
He said that all he had to do was mention your name and that he broke your fragile ego and your whole family. I don't know exactly what happened there, but he said everybody was mentioning him and this and that. So that's basically what he said in a nutshell.
He was on you guys' show, and so my wife's a shit talker. I mean, she's on Instagram. She said something, then my nephew popped on today. He called me like, "Oh, I made a comment." I'm like, "Cool, dude. I mean, if he responds, just tell him like it's on. Like we just got to get the guys from BKFC behind it." I mean, so that's funny. Yeah, I mean, I got a big family here in Montana. They love me, so they're gonna they're gonna back me up any chance they can. And my wife, yeah, she's a big shit talker, so I don't even know what she said. I'll have to look it up.
I have no idea either.
Well,
no, what did Lex say? He said something like he's gonna knock my head off and then hand it to me. It's like, come on, bro. Like the guy I saw him fight wasn't ready. I mean, and I'm not trying to diss on anybody, but the guy was slow. Lex hit him with a couple shots, and it looks like he quit. I mean, I don't know who Lex fought his first matchup.
Conor McKenna.
But
he fought Conor McKenna, and who was his second one? Lewis Rumsey.
Rumsey. Yeah, that's right.
Right. I think you know what, like Mike was saying, he is an entertaining guy. He's got a lot of charisma. You obviously, we've all seen it. He wants to fight. He trains in Pat Brady's, and he fights in the Dawkins Brothers gym down there with Pat Brady. They're all teammates. So it doesn't. I mean, it all lines up. It all lines up.
Do it.
I know, and that's what we've been saying too. It's like it lines up. It's like where you at, BKFC? I mean,
it's like
I don't know if they thought that Pat Brady was gonna wreck me, and so he could fight Andre Arlovsky in February or something. I was just a stepping stone for him. You know, I've been the underdog in all my fights for BKFC, so I don't know if that's their goal or what. But yeah, why are we waiting on this?
Yeah, it's like tag him in, man. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like all Brady has to do is reach the hand out and tag in. All they're going to do is scratch his name off and maybe change a couple numbers on the thing because I don't know if they're both getting the same pay. You know what I'm saying? That part they got to figure out. But the Lex stepping in for Pat does make a lot of sense for a lot of people. It keeps you on the card. But I said, I don't know what the other heavyweight fight is they had planned for that. They haven't announced the entire card yet, so I'm very curious to see what that one was.
If there's two heavyweight fights, if that's true and that did happen, now you got two heavyweight fights off the card. They haven't even shown what the rest of the card is. I just feel like, hey, do it. You got to do it. I mean, they've got I know they have like a board and they have all these matchups and they're kind of from that area, you know, like Philly. That's where BKFC is basically based out of, right outside Philly. So like, I know they know a lot of people in the area, so it's hard to tell where they're going to go with this. So I'm sure there's a lot of backups, but I think it's perfect to keep you on the card. And
well, and the thing about it, New Jersey commissions, man, they're tough. I had to get 2 MRIs, and they weren't working because we didn't have a doctor, like a PDF file of it. So I had to go get an EKG, blood work done twice. I had to get a whole lot of stuff done for this. I mean, So that could be an issue, I guess. If
Sure.
Lex doesn't have his stuff ready. But I
Okay,
mean,
yeah.
I went through hell to get on this card. I mean, I wanted to fight Pat Brady in front of that New Jersey crowd. That would have been something else.
Oh my
Not,
God.
not to mention sharing a card with
Yeah.
the greats that are on there, Frankie Edgar and
Yeah.
freaking Mike Perry and Jeremy Stevens and
Stevens.
Jimmy Rivera. It's
And the two female champs.
and
are
the
on
women
card.
champs, the women
The champs, yeah. It's
Unbelievable.
crazy.
I know,
Yeah,
the
I
card
mean,
is
I want to
stacked.
be on that card.
Let's get it
you
done,
know,
man. Hopefully the BKFC is working on it right now. They have to get this done. You've looked great. They obviously have faith in you because they called you for the Perdomo short notice fight. So obviously they want you fighting. So they got to get this
well, I
thing
even
done.
told Sergio, Andy Hall, I told all those guys like, hey, Perdomo didn't get hurt. I'll fight him in New Jersey. Like he should be ready to go. And I still haven't heard anything back. I don't want to fight Perdomo, but give me a couple more fights and then we'll see. I think he's ready for the title. Or a shot at the title.
The ball's on this guy here, man. Yeah. Corey, we are happy to have you on the show tonight. We are excited to see you in New Jersey. Mike and I will be down there. Mike and I think I freaking GPS'd it, and I think it's like a 2 hour and 45-minute drive for us, Mike. It's not that far. I don't even think it's 3 hours. I love it. So Mike and I will be down there for the press conference, the weigh-ins, and the event. So we'll catch up with you there. Do another one-on-one with you down in Newark. And with that said, I want to give you a minute to say a few things. Anything you want to say to anybody, whether you want to address opponents one more time or sponsors or family, the minute is yours. Go ahead.
Yeah, you know what? A chance I haven't had in a while is shout out to my sponsors. So I'd love to give a shout out to all my sponsors, Wagner Roofing and Solar. I mean, they've been a big part of my last couple fights. Vitality Medical. I mean, she's helping me out with little bumps and bruises, injuries I have, helping me get my blood work in. And then a group of Canadians that I played football with in college. They got a fantasy football league going, the Mud, and they're sponsoring me. So a couple guys just getting together. They love BKFC. They love the violence, so they gave me a sponsor. And everyone else that's in my corner on this hopefully this October 4th card. I appreciate you guys. Much love. Oh yeah, new one that just came on, Archie's Plumbing. They're going to be my short sponsor. So we got a lot of fun stuff going on. I mean, we got some great teammates. The Grindhouse is putting out some awesome fighters. Dude, Brian Atchison, he's one of my guys that we spar against or spar together. So we're ready to roll. Whenever they call us, we're ready. So let's go.
Listen, anybody whose sparring partner is Brian Atchison is coming from a place that creates killers, because that dude is an absolute fucking monster.
He is.
Yes.
He is. Now I want to see him back in that bare knuckle cage or ring.
Yeah, we were hoping to see him in the ring out in Sturgis when you were sharing the night with you that evening. But I heard that they had a fight for him.
Hang on
there,
one second.
Sure.
This guy's handing me some zucchinis here.
Some zucchinis. Hey, you got a couple of zucchinis for me?
Yeah, I'll take
Cucumbers.
one. All right. Thank you.
This guy.
Okay.
Got him down at the farmer's
That's Montana nice right there.
That's
just
right.
to say
Look at that.
That's Montana hospitality right there, man.
Yeah.
There we go.
Nice. Now
Well, hey.
Dukes.
Thank you so much for coming on here, man. I hope you get the call in the next couple of days so you can at least, put your mind at ease about who the hell it is that you're going to be fighting. You got about 3 weeks, I think, 2.5 weeks.
Yep.
We'll be there. Cannot wait. We'll see you in Jersey. Thank you for coming on. Mike, do you have anything left for Corey? What you talk about, Willis?
Hey, man, what you talking about? You're not going to be on the card. You're going to be on that card. Everybody better friggin' be paying attention here. Nate Shook, listen up, sir. Get this friggin' fight on this card, man. We want to see it. Everybody's going to want to see it. It's going to be a good one.
Hey,
we're going to get this guy.
Thank you guys for getting my name right. You got to tell Jeff Houston how to pronounce my name right. What you talking about?
Yeah, what you talking about? What you
He's
talking
like,
about?
Jeff's like, What are you talking about, Willis?
Yeah, he's coming too correct. Don't come that
Yes,
correct. Don't come that correct. Okay, well, you know what? You're always welcome back. Hopefully, fight. We're going to say you're going to fight. You're fighting on the card. We're going to see you fighting on the card. We're going to be there. We're going to see it. I cannot wait for it. I cannot
go.
believe we didn't even talk about how you have 5 kids, right? 5? 5 kids.
4
We'll
girls
talk
and a
about
boy.
that next time. We'll talk about that
Sounds
next
good.
time. This guy's training and fighting with 5 kids. He's at soccer practice. Crazy. If anybody has a kid, they know exactly how ridiculously crazy your life is. So thank you so much for coming on. Everybody stay tuned because when we come back, we'll be joined by Phil Caracappa. Let's
Peace,
go.
guys.
Corey.
Peace,
Thanks.
man. Well, as we were about to come back,
He fell
Phil
out.
Caracappa fell out of the green room, like literally 2 seconds before we went live. So hopefully he
Before
pops
the
back
video
in.
ended.
He's been
Yeah.
popping in and out of there like a madman.
Yeah, I don't know if he's having problems with his connection or something, but he has the link. He's been popping in and out of the green room, so we'll get him
Bring
when
him
he comes on. Hopefully, Phil, hopefully your camera and your microphone works because it looked like it was muted and there was no camera. So, with that said, Mike,
Yes.
holy shit, they called him on short notice. Oh, here we go.
Here we
He's back. We'll talk about it afterwards, ladies and gentlemen. Phil Hitman Caracappa, how are
What's
you,
up, man?
What's up, guys? How we doing?
How are you?
We
I'm
are
doing good.
We are doing
Welcome.
great. We are excited about the Newark card coming up, and we are excited to talk to you about it because we know that you're not so much a Newark guy, but you're a Jersey kid, right? And this is kind of like your stomping grounds.
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm definitely a Jersey kid. This is I was born in New York, but I've been out here since I'm 10, so I'm definitely a Jersey boy. And this is actually, believe it or not, the first fight I ever went to was at the Prudential Center. So just funny how the world works. Now I'll be fighting there.
Anybody we know? that
Yeah,
you
well,
saw
I was
fight?
going to say, what was the fight?
Must be, right?
The only one I remember that night was Corey Anderson fought that guy Gian Vellante.
Gian Vellante, yeah. That was one of Weidman's buddies, right?
Yep, exactly,
Yes.
from
Yeah.
Long Island.
Dude, when that was back when Corey Anderson had the worst
UFC on
nickname.
Fox 15.
The worst
Oh, yeah,
nickname.
I forgot that.
Remember his nickname? It was like Beastin 25-8.
25-8, yeah, I forgot
25-8,
about that
yeah.
word. Yeah.
So that card was UFC on Fox 15, Machida versus Rockhold. Okay. And how about this? Paige Van Zant and Chris Camozzi fought on that. And they both fight for BKFC. And so do you.
Wow,
How
look at
about
that.
Yeah, crazy, right?
That is wild.
And Rockhold. Rockhold was the
Oh, yeah,
main event,
Luke
right? So
fought too,
Rockhold.
yeah.
He
Yep.
fought too.
Holy shit,
Yeah.
that's
All
crazy.
3 of them
That's
fought.
wild.
Isn't that crazy?
And you want to know something? I had heard that Weidman's name was being tossed around for this Newark card for a possible opponent for Mike Perry, and I guess it didn't pan out. Ended up being Jeremy Stevens. I wonder how that one have worked.
I wouldn't have wanted to see that.
Nah.
Nah, I mean, I can't see Weidman doing bare knuckle. At least against Perry. Perry's just he's a scary dude in bare knuckle boxing.
He
So-
certainly is, yes.
Yeah. You gotta love. I mean, well, let's just ask you this because everybody that has their first fight in the BKFC, we always ask them, how'd you like it? Did you love it? And most of the fighters absolutely loved it. But you had a different experience your first time out there.
Oh, yeah.
We were talking about it earlier tonight. Prior to your fight, there was a fight between 2 guys named Shady Grady and Ryan Reber down in Florida. And Shady Grady like headbutted Reber like 5 times, hit him in his nuts. No, it was a very dirty fight. I don't know how many times he headbutted him. It was like 2 or 3
he was
times.
doing nutty shit. That was
Yeah, I think he kneed him in the nuts. It was like crazy. It was like the dirtiest fight at the time until we watched you fight Noah Norman. And that fight was crazy. There was like face rakes and back of the head punches and late hits and headbutts. So with that, all that said, in your first experience in the BKFC, did you love your first experience, or are you looking really forward to this one to get like a full clean experience in the BKFC?
Nah, I mean, at the end of the day, man, it's a fight. So like anything goes. I mean, obviously not the shit that he was doing, but I mean, no, that didn't. It didn't. I wouldn't say it took away from my experience. Maybe not getting a finish on him, getting a disqualification. That's the only thing that really sucked. But nah, I mean, he talked a lot of crap the entire lead up to the fight. You know, during the fight, after the fight. I don't mind all that. It fuels me, sets a fire under me. So, nah, I mean, my first one, yeah. Funny thing is, before I did it, leading up to the fight, I'm like, I should have just stayed with MMA. I'm 10-3 in MMA. I can definitely still get to the UFC. But then once I made that walk and walked out of the fight, I was just like, I love this shit. I can't even. It's not comparable to MMA, man. It really isn't.
And you know what? Making your debut at the Wells Fargo Center in front of 18,000 people, and the BKFC's production is like second to none. They put up a show as good, if not better, than anybody else as far as the production wise goes. You did that, and now your second walk is going to be in freaking the Prudential Center.
I know. I was thinking about that. How crazy that is.
Come down from this fucking BKFC high after this one. You know what I mean?
Right. Nah, I mean, that was I wouldn't pass this up. I mean, it's the Wells Fargo too. That was like dream come true, especially fighting in front of that many people. Like I live for that. And then now I get to do it again in Jersey now because, I mean, I was getting booed out there because I was fighting a guy from Pennsylvania, not Philly, but and yeah, no, now I'll be in Jersey and I'll have all my fans, my friends, and everyone from Jersey, backing me. So it'll be really cool.
And being a Philly guy, what was Frankie Edgar to you like coming up? You know what I mean? Like when you're training, growing up, doing MMA, and you eventually make it into professional MMA, and now you're 10-3 as a pro. I would imagine that guy had to be some sort of a role model for yourself, right? Being in the area.
Oh, I mean, for sure. Even before I started fighting, he was definitely a role model. He was like, he's the Jersey guy that's in the
Tom's
in the
River.
UFC.
Tom's River, yeah.
Tom's River, yeah. No, so and then eventually, I mean, he became one of my training partners. So I trained with him for most of my professional career. So, and then now we get to come back together and fight, and I get to fight on the same card as someone that I looked up to like my whole childhood, throughout my fighting career too. So it's like a dream come true getting to fight with him now.
So you had trained with him for a long time, but you guys never shared a card.
No, never shared a card because
that's cool.
The entire time that I was pro, he was in the UFC. So, but I trained with him over at Nicatone's, Ricardo Almeida's, done plenty of rounds with him. Yeah, we go way back, like 7-8 years now.
And now he's taking on Jimmy Rivera too. That's going to be a tough fight for Frankie. What are your thoughts, being the relationship that you have with Frankie? A lot of people, they love Frankie Edgar, us included. Like he's a legend, and us coming up as MMA diehard fans, Frankie was always like a mainstay. You know what I mean? Everyone loved Frankie Edgar, and he took a few bad losses towards the end of his UFC run there, and a lot of people. I heard a lot of people when they announced that he was making his debut in BKFC, they didn't like that. They didn't want him to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see like a lot of comments on all of his social media, like, no, Frankie, like, why is he doing this?
What would you say to that?
I mean, bro, if I'm getting paid money like that, I'll fight anybody. I mean, I don't care. I mean, and I see him still train now. He's in amazing shape. I mean, 43 years old or not. I mean, the guy definitely can hang with anyone. And the shots that took him out, you got to think who would have been able to take those shots and not get knocked out. The flying knee, by Sandhagen.
The front kick, yeah, and the front kick from
which he
Cheeto.
was winning that whole fight. You know what I mean? So yeah, everyone can say everything they want, which I get it. You know, he had a couple bad losses at the end. He's on the older side, but nah, he's a grown man. He's a legend of the sport of combat sports. When I seen it, I was excited, and I was like, I think Jimmy Rivera is a good matchup. I mean, I don't see that. I see it being a good fight, but I definitely see Frankie coming out with a W there.
I think that the people that are saying no, Frankie, don't do it, haven't really paid attention to what bare knuckle brings to the table.
Right.
Yep.
And if they take, you know, take a little bit of time to look into this sport and see what the guys that are in their late 30s and early 40s are actually doing, freaking they're all the best in the sport.
Right. Exactly.
Ben Rothwell, Lorenzo Hunt, Christine Faria, they're all in their early 40s and they're all thriving in this sport. It gives, and Ben Rothwell said it himself, this sport gives me like another career where I don't have to worry about kicks and elbows and knees and grappling and all that shit. I'm 42 years old. Now all I got to do is punch people and not get hit.
Yep.
That's how I felt after my fight. I was like, because every fight I come out of, my knees are banged up, shins, ankles, something. I came out of this fight, I just had 2 swollen hands, so I wasn't mad about that.
Before we move away from the Frankie Edgar thing, you know, with everybody commenting on Instagram, the one thing that always gets me, and it's not just Frankie Edgar, it's more or less like any combat sports athlete that becomes big, right? I mean, they've gotten to the pinnacle of combat sports in each one of their wherever they are, if they're in MMA, if they're in boxing, whatever. And then people do this thing where they go, that guy's washed up. They use that. He's washed up. You can't use he can't fight. He's washed up. It's like, dude, how can you disrespect such an athlete, a person who put their entire life they've dedicated to a sport? They reached the pinnacle, became champion, a lot of them, Frankie Edgar in particular. And yeah, okay, so he made it to the top and he's coming back down. But like the disrespect to be like, oh, this person's washed up. Like, what do you mean washed up? He's a fucking legend of the sport. Right. Like, I hate that so much. I mean, it's a massive, like, I really do hate it. And I have to like refrain from arguing with people online because that guy, okay, yeah, he's not at his peak for MMA, but like Kyle said, he could come to bare knuckle and do really, really well, as people have done. And even if he didn't, I mean, I just don't understand where people like, I bet you that same guy that's saying, oh, this guy's washed up, was the same guy rooting for him a couple of years ago. So what changed? He's still the same guy.
I guess it's just the people that never stepped in the ring or cage. You know what I mean? It's always, you see, it's people online. It's never someone saying to someone's face that he's washed up. It's always on the keyboard on social media. I just feel like that's just part of life. Is just in any sport or in any, you know, whether it's a singer, actor, you know, you're gonna have people that are like, he's washed up. He was good years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the shitty part of the game is you have people like that. But I guess you just gotta weed those people out.
Yep. Straight to disrespect. Sure. It's crazy.
Most of them people never been in a fight in their life either. So
that's I guarantee 95% of them.
95% of them. It amazes me how many people have never been in a fight in their life. It just fucking blows my mind. I think they all need to. Somebody should punch them all in the face. Phil, maybe
humbles you a little bit,
right? Never punched somebody or gotten punched by anybody. It blows my mind. But anyways, hey, now you're fighting Daniel Alvarez. Now Daniel Alvarez, Machete, he's had I don't know what, Mike, 5 or 6 fights in the BKFC now. 5, and he actually fought and went the distance with the champion in the division 2 years ago. He has the experience. He is not an easy night out, and this is, from what I saw out of Noah Norman, Daniel Alvarez is much more of a professional when he steps into the ring.
Right.
what are you expecting this time around, second go round, and are you doing anything different? Not so much for Daniel himself, but like after you fought your first fight, did you realize like maybe I don't need to train certain things? I'm gonna just fucking focus on a few, certain areas before I go in there with Daniel.
I mean, yeah. So, I mean, all my training, I do the same type of stuff I did for MMA. You know, my strength and conditioning. You know, all my I do. So I don't do grappling, obviously. You know, no need for grappling right now. But I'll still do my cage work with my MMA gloves because I mean, after my first fight, I realized like those ropes hold up like a cage, and you know you can hold them against there and throw 10, 15 punches. So I still do that, but I brought in some different boxers to get different looks, and I just upped my running, which I did for my last fight too, with and my sprints. But it's nice to get a new opponent. Seems like it'll be a respectable guy. You know, he's been in there. You know, a true professional. But I mean, like if you look at my resume of fights, I don't ever get a layup. You know, I knew my last fight wasn't a layup. He was 3-0 boxer. You know, he tried out for them from Philly. I knew I was like the B, coming in there thinking I'm the B side. Now I go accept this fight because they offered me Brian Kelleher too. So I mean, I said yes to that fight, and apparently I guess maybe he was asking for too much or something. So then they threw me this name. I said yes right away, and then I looked. I didn't even know this guy fought for the belt twice and everything. So yeah, I mean that's just my resume, man. Since my amateur days, I've been fighting. I fought on this card. Shout out my boy Mike Trezano. I fought him during the amateur days. So I've been getting tough fights since day one. So this is another day, of work for me, and yeah, I'm just gonna come out the better man that night. I know I am.
Trezano's supposed to be on this card, correct?
Yep,
Wasn't
yeah,
he was at the man. They got to announce the rest of this fight card, man. It's killing.
Yeah,
know.
no, they didn't post like all the fight pics and stuff. Just a
What
bunch
are
of
we
random ones.
doing?
Yeah, what are we doing? We're 3 weeks out. What the fuck? I mean, they got to sell out the arena. Let's go.
Right? Yeah. No. I mean, yeah. I don't know what to say about that, but no,
So,
my opponent, yeah, they set me up with a tough guy. They don't give me no easy fights. I'm not looking for easy fights, and I knew once I said yes to this kid, and I looked up, his record and who he fought. I was like, I beat this guy, man. I'm 2-0 in BKFC. I'm right there, knocking at the door for a title fight. So,
is this fight going to be at 135 or 145?
35.
35. Okay, because I had talked to Daniel a couple months ago, and he told me he was thinking about making the move up to 145 and making that his home. But obviously, he's not going to turn down an opportunity like this to fight a guy like yourself on a card like this. So maybe that move to featherweight is pushed aside for a minute. You know what I mean? So with that said,
definitely 35.
yeah, with that said, at 135, you like you said, you beat a guy who's fought for the title, who's a tough opponent in that 135-pound division, and you being who you are at 2-0, you're looking for a top fiver after that, and try to make a run at a title.
For sure. I mean, I'm looking for title. I'm looking for names more in particular because that's what's going to get me on these big cards. I'm sure that's what's going to get me, in title talk. Like I said yes to Brian Keller because I was like, oh, this dude's big time UFC vet, got a name behind him. It'd be huge for me to put that on my resume. Same thing like back when I was in Ring of Combat, they offered me Lewis Gauntlet, who was in the UFC. And that's when I fight my best, when I fight these guys that I know are tough and I know are dangerous, no layups. That's when I fight my best is when my back's against the wall and the pressure's on.
yeah, it helps you wake up in the morning. Gives you a little fire.
Exactly.
Fire to get going. Yeah, I can
For sure.
imagine if you're fighting somebody and you're like, okay, well, if you obviously you
I
believe
never
you're
really,
gonna
yeah,
win.
that's the thing. I never really had that, so I can't even say like, yeah, I had this fight where this kid, was 2 and. I mean, if you look at everyone's record, I never fought nobody with a losing record. I see so many guys out here that, are in the UFC that, the first half of their career are fighting cans. I literally never fought no cans, no bad guys. So, I feel like that's why I'm in the position I'm in. And, that's why my record and, where I stand is what it is.
Prior to signing with the BKFC, did you ever know any of these names right here? Justin Ibarola, Ryan Reber, Beksad Usmanov, Keith Richardson, or Nate Manis?
Before you said I signed to them?
Yeah, before you signed to the BKFC, do any of those names like ring a bell?
Just Keith Richardson.
Keith.
I think I watched a couple highlights of his fights.
Okay, because that is the top 5 in the 135-pound division. Justin Ibarola, Ryan Reber, Beksad Usmanov, Keith Richardson, Nate Manis. So I have no doubt in my mind that you get a win in Newark, you're right in the conversation of that top 5 right there for sure. And maybe it's not a belt that you want right away, but I think maybe you make your way to a belt, you could get those names that you're asking for. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. I mean, dude, if they offered me a title fight against whoever the champ, I would take that. You know what I mean?
It's vacant
I am definitely looking for a belt. I'm definitely looking for a belt. I mean, I'm a five-time champion professional, so, and I'm 5-0 in title fights, so I'm ready for another one.
Well, hey, I've probably spent 2 months of my life in New Jersey, right? But both of those months were in a place called Fort Dix.
Me too. I spent some
New
time
Jersey for pre-mob and post-mob for deployments that I went on. So I don't know too much about New Jersey other than the poster that I got on the wall back here being the greatest TV show in the history of the world.
What's that? My screen's so small.
I got The Sopranos.
Nice.
Yeah, I got a Sopranos painting or pencil drawing here on my wall. That's all I know about Jersey. Sopranos and Fort Dix is my entire experience with your state.
That's where me and Kyle basically met, Fort Dix, on pre-mobilization to deployment in 2012.
That is awesome. Wow. So you guys go way back too.
Yeah, for sure. So with that said, tell us how a kid like yourself from New Jersey ends up a professional MMA fighter and making his way to the Prudential Center fighting bare knuckle. What's the upbringing like?
The upbringing, I mean, mainly, I guess, thanks to my parents putting me in wrestling when I was in like 3rd grade. That, and then I'll never forget, I was in high school. Well, I don't even know if I was in high school. I was probably in middle school. My uncle ordered a UFC fight. It was Tito versus Ken Shamrock. My first ever fight I watched, and I literally was hooked from that day. Like in wrestling practice, I would pull kids to the side and we'd be doing like jujitsu, trying to choke each other out. Like, yeah. So, I mean, that's what it was. It was wrestling got me into it. And then, once I watched UFC, MMA, I was just like, this is something like I eventually want to, get into. And I feel like I can make my way up to the top.
And now you made it, man.
But no, I never got into no fights as a kid. I got into like 2-3 fights my whole life. Like I was always a good, humble kid, but like I just I think I was like 21 when I walked into an MMA gym in Englishtown, New Jersey, and then it was history from then. And then I made my pro debut in 2017, and I'm still going.
That's awesome, man. That's freaking awesome. Are you gonna have a massive group of friends and family there?
For sure, yeah. Oh yeah, big time. Hopefully sell 150 plus 200 tickets.
There you go. So they won't be booing you this time.
Nah, yeah, no boos this time. I was surprised last time because Philly's close to Jersey, but they weren't booing me after,
Well, that kid,
they were booing him, their own guy.
Right, like nothing against Noah Norman. Like I only knew what I looked up about him. I never like heard about him before, and then we talked to him there, and then I posted our interview with him, and like it had like 30,000 views in like fucking 2 hours, and I'm like, Mike, who the fuck is this guy? like Why
Yeah.
does this
That happens
interview
from
with
time to
this
time.
kid have so many views right now? It's crazy. Well, he must have a huge backing. And like you said, you got in the arena that night. They were cheering for him at the beginning, and they were booing you, and then you kind of won him over, I guess.
Yeah, cheers, booze. To me, it's all the same thing. All the noise that just I get adrenaline off that, man. It just fuels me up. I
I
love
can't
it.
even imagine. That place was packed to the
Yeah,
rafters.
and I thought I fought at big spots before with a lot of people, but that was just I couldn't even dream. That was a dream to me. It really was.
Did you go back out later on in the night and like experience the crowd?
Yeah,
Into
yeah.
the,
So I had a bunch
okay,
of. I had like 100+ people there. I went right
okay.
into the crowd after my fight. Got a couple of drinks with my friends, my family,
Nice.
and
I
I
was gonna
watched.
say because the when Eddie Alvarez came out, that place was like there
Yeah,
wasn't an ass in the seat in the entire place. Every
right.
single person was standing. The place was loud as fuck. That was a pretty cool thing to experience for sure. As a fan, I'm glad you got to get out there and experience it as well.
No, yeah, that
Oh,
was
yeah.
awesome. That was one in a lifetime, man. That was awesome.
Yeah, we've been to a lot of events, and that was the biggest one, the craziest one. And especially since it was in Philly, and that is like the hometown of BKFC,
Right.
the Feldmans and everything. So, like, they have a lot of history there. It really, truly was amazing. So, just the feeling, and it was awesome. So, it's great that you got to fight on that card. And now, like we already said, you get to fight on this card, which is also going to be nuts. Like, it's going to be crazy. I can't wait. It's just a few weeks away.
No, yeah.
It's
I mean, I
amazing.
couldn't be more excited. I'm ready to go. I feel like next thing you know, it's gonna be your fight day.
Well,
Sure.
Mike and I will be there.
Yep.
We'll be there for the press conference. They're gonna have a press conference on Thursday, and we'll be there for that. Weigh in
Sweet.
to it. So
Yeah, we get
we'll
to
catch up
drive.
with
I
you
love
there.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
we're up in. I'm in Connecticut. He's in Rhode Island, so it's only
Yep.
a 2 hour and 45-minute
It's
drive
the best
for us
being
to the
able.
Prudential Center. So
Not
I'm
too
so
bad.
glad that bare knuckle is getting legalized in all the Northeast states.
Yeah, now
Like,
you don't have to go across everywhere.
oh, it's so great. I love it so much.
Phil,
Awesome.
we did get out to Spain though to that BKFC event in
Oh,
Spain.
did you?
Yeah,
Oh
we
my
got out
God,
there.
That's
Like,
cool. I mean, that's
listen, we're not complaining about that kind of travel. It was
yeah.
fucking like a once in a lifetime trip for sure. That place.
I don't
was
know. I
awesome.
feel like with the name Caracappa, we got to get you on the Italy
Italy.
card. That's what I
Yeah,
think.
I was
Let's
already.
do
I've been
this.
thinking that. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to talk to Gabriel and get you on that. Get
That's
you
right.
on the next one, man.
Yeah, Caracappa will sound good out there.
Oh yeah.
They were like more. They got attracted to the name Garbarino. And they almost put him on that Rome card.
Yeah, I was
and
surprised because they promote him real well. I was surprised he didn't get on that.
Oh,
But I
yeah,
think he's on the Newark card, right?
he is on the Newark card. Yep. So that's gonna this is gonna be amazing, man. I'm so glad we got to talk to you because we talked to you briefly after that fight with Noah Norman, but we never had you on the
I
show.
barely remember, but now that once I started talking to you guys, I remembered that interview we did after my fight back.
It was right in that little walkway there.
Yep. Yeah. My
Yep.
coach was in the background yelling stuff. I remember.
Yeah. Yeah. So hey, man, best of luck. I mean, go have yourself a time out there with Daniel Alvarez. He's a good fighter. You're a good fighter. I'm sure you guys are going to put on a show for that Jersey crowd.
For sure.
Thanks for coming on tonight. Do you have any message you want to send to anybody in particular? Take a minute, say some final words. I'll let you get out of here.
I don't got a lot to say, man. Just remember my name, man. I'm gonna come out there. I'm gonna put on a show, and I'm willing to leave my gloves, leave my blood in that ring. So I'm excited. October 4th, Prudential Center. I'm coming for blood.
Forget about it. Right?
Forget about it.
Forget about it. Thanks for coming on tonight, Phil. Mike, you got anything else for Phil Caracappa?
Phil, thank you so much for coming on. Can't wait to see you again in person at another amazing event. This time in New Jersey. We will be there. Everybody else, you better stay tuned. You better be watching Caracappa versus Alvarez. Bantamweight bout October 4th. BKFC 82, massive card in Newark, New Jersey. Mike Perry, Jeremy Stevens. I mean, God, Frankie Edgar's going to be fighting Jimmy Rivera. We have Christine Faria, Jessica Borga, 2 champs will be facing off. I mean, the card is amazing. I cannot wait for this. Maybe they'll get What You Talking About Willis on that card like we were just talking about. But, man, you better stay tuned. This fight is going to be fantastic. Thank you so much once again
Two
for coming on.
2 great nicknames too, Phil. Hitman versus Machete. That's a good one.
That's right.
Yeah, I like that.
Yes. That
love
is
that
good.
shit.
Oh, I love that.
Hitman's coming.
Wow.
Remember that. I'll see you guys soon, all right?
All right, bro.
Yes,
Thank you.
sir. Everybody else, we'll be right back.
All right, man.
After
Thank
this.
you, guys. Good
Peace,
talking.
man.
All right,
Later.
later.
Jeff Houston.
Wow.
Mike's got a question for you.
Oh, shit. You ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
I'm here with Jeff Houston, best
Damn right.
announcer in the world. We're going to ask you a couple of questions. Okay. Name the top 3 cartoon theme songs. Go.
Captain Caveman! All right. I got one. All right. Let's go ahead and let's think about this, because the thing about it is that when you're talking about cartoon shows, you're thinking about so many different generations and everything like that. We're ready to party. We're ready to party. We're ready. I hope you bring lots of spaghetti. Garfield and Friends. I'm sorry. All right. All right. Here we go. Heathcliff, Heathcliff, no one should terrify the neighborhood. But Heathcliff just ain't get no one playing pranks on everyone.
Man, fantastic, Jeff.
Wow.
Houston. All right.
Wow.
Ready? Now, I'm going to put somebody on the spot. What movie is this from? Say something.
From the Mission Mac Show.
Tell them Lodge Mod sent you.
Oh my God! Don't even give me that shit about that. Don't even get me started on that.
What is it?
Oh my
What is
God!
it?
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get my close up for this one. Everything. It's not for sale, Francis. Come on, Pee Wee's Big Adventure. Don't even.
Jeff Houston's a goddamn legend.
Is there a basement in the Alamo?
There's no basement in the Alamo.
Hey, this is Andrew Glenn. A shout out to Mike and Mish, BKFC #1.
That's what I'm talking about.
Fucking classic.
I love that
Don't even.
clip.
I love that. Don't even get me started on that. Don't even get me started. I love it. He's a piece
I
of
wonder
work.
if you've even seen this clip.
He,
Shout
You know
out for
what?
Manny Glenn too. I mean, come on.
listen, hey, Jeff is one of a kind. He really is.
Yes.
I love that guy. He's something else. And he's got to get the What You Talking About Willis a little bit more in his dialect though. The what are you talking about, Willis? Doesn't flow off the
What are you talking about, Willis?
Oh my
Nice.
God. Yeah. Hey, shout out to our two guests tonight. Phil Caracappa and Corey Willis, both awesome dudes. Both really good fighters too. And this is a good show tonight because I think the two guys that we talked to need to be paid attention to by the BKFC fan base. Like if they haven't really paid attention yet, Phil Caracappa's only had the one fight and it was a wild fight, but if you just look into his background a little bit, that dude's a beast. You know what I mean? 10-3, 5-time belt holder. I think Ring of Combat in New Jersey. Got a win. I think he got a win, right? At PFL. He got a fight in PFL and won there. He fought on Dana White's Contender Series. Didn't get the win there, but he fought on the Dana White Contender Series. So Phil is a freaking legit challenger to that division. I think if he is to beat a guy to beat Daniel Alvarez, he could be right in the conversation to fight any one of those top. Keith, he mentioned Keith Richardson.
Yeah,
maybe Keith's the next step. You beat a guy like Keith Richardson, you are automatically in the conversation. You know what I mean? So, Phil's a beast, and Corey, what you talk about, Willis? If you guys do this, I know a lot of you guys are diehards. Big Ben, you probably watched each one of his fights 35 times each because that's what you do. But go watch him fight Brady Meister and then watch him fight Zach Kalmas. He looks like two different fighters. Even though he looked great against Brady Meister, I'm talking about just the way he looked in the ring. He looked way more prepared, better shape, faster. He just looked great against Zach Kalmas. So we'll see what he does in Newark. We'll see what his opponent's going to be. I think it really should be Lex Ludlow. It makes too much goddamn sense. What do you think?
I do too. Bonus points because we're the ones who kind of push on this thing, but hey, listen, Nate Shook, Dave Feldman, Serge, whoever wants to make this fight happen, please do it. I mean, I am positive, and I've already said this, that they have all these fights lined up, right? They know a lot of local guys, so there are a ton of people that they can get on this card. I'm sure of it. However, Willis was already on a fight that was booked, right? Brady falls off. I feel like it's too easy to slide somebody in there. So why not just make that happen? So I really, I really hope so.
And the slide somebody in there that happens to be a heavyweight that happens to train in the same gym as Pat Brady. You know what I mean? It just makes too much sense.
I know that's just makes a nice addition.
It is absolutely Bret the Hitman Hart tagging in Jim the Anvil Neidhart. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, he talks a boatload of shit. I think it'll be fun. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm very excited about this. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun here.
And you know what, Mike?
Gonna reinvigorate me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been a little while.
When he told us tonight that he got the call to stand in for Arnold Adams, that was a 100% surprise to me. I had not heard anything about that. And he's obviously not bullshitting.
I'm so surprised that nobody even mentioned.
Dude, nobody mentioned it to us. I never even heard that at all.
I know, Ben. Where were you at? Ben, you were there.
Yeah. But like he obviously was not bullshitting because he flew there and they had him weigh in. You know what I mean? Like that is insane to me. Like Corey Willis went from fighting in Sturgis and putting on a hell of a show in the feature fight with Zach Kalmas to possibly fighting Leonardo Perdomo in the main event in Hollywood. Unfucking real.
Yeah.
And he's got balls. I mean, like, obviously he's a grown man, so he's not afraid, and he's a professional fighter, so he's not afraid to fight anybody. When he says, I'll fight Perdomo in Newark, get him up there. I'll fight him too. He's like, do I want to fight him? Man, no, but I will. If you didn't take any damage, bring him up there. Let me fight him. I mean, it's crazy. Good for him getting that kind of opportunity, that kind of offer. That's fucking amazing.
Yeah. Before we close the show out, I would just like to point out something. Let me share my screen real quick. Whoops, I clicked on the wrong thing. Well, first, while I'm trying to bring this up, there was a massive boxing event this past weekend, and I need to give kudos to Terrence Crawford.
Oh,
dude,
yeah. Dude.
Holy shit. I tried to stay up to watch that fight. We had drill. Both of us had drill. This is the one thing, though. I'm going to continue to say this because, I mean, hey, for the longest time, I'd stay up and watch all these fights. But as time goes on and I get all these different things to do, sometimes I can stay up, but sometimes I'm like falling asleep, waking up. You know what I mean? The fucking co-main event is starting at like 12:15, 12:30. Dude, yeah. I'm dying here. Can we please fucking start the main event by 11? I sound like I'm old, but, you know, it was... I woke up the next day. I watched that freaking fight. Wow. I was amazed because you know what? I love Canelo as a boxer, a person. I think his whole career has been very good. Like, I just have followed him for so long. Watching that fight, in my mind, I'm thinking like, wow, he's going to probably hand him his first loss. No, dude. Terrence Crawford. Nope. I don't know who the fuck
he's amazing.
These cards. Can we... let's not get too off track here, but I mean, it's talking about the fight. The judges. What is wrong with the judges? When they call off the fucking scorecard, I'm like, a 2-round difference? Are these people watching the same
No.
fucking fight as me?
Terrence Crawford won 10 out of the 12 rounds in my eyes.
How could they be? It was someone, I think one of them had it 115, 113 or something like that. I was like, dude,
that's
whoever that is a fucking idiot.
Hmm.
Who are these people?
What amazed me the most, and we all know that Crawford is an all-time great, and Canelo is Canelo, who is one of the greatest ever. Canelo's whole thing is like his head movement is second to none. You know what I mean? Like other than Floyd Mayweather, who is, who he took his first loss against. Canelo is a hit and don't get hit guy. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't get hit much when he fights. It was like they flip-flopped. Like he couldn't hit Crawford. Crawford was fucking tagging him, and like everything Canelo, like just slight movements, and like he was missing Bud Crawford like all fucking night.
Yes.
It was amazing to me.
Piecing him up with some freaking combos, man. And I don't like, am I crazy? But like Canelo's just going for like these one shot, just fucking trying to knock him out. Not trying to set really anything up. Didn't really lay out many combos. I was like, what's going on here?
Like Ben saying in the comment, he just kept coming forward and trying to land a knockout blow. And and Crawford was just
just let him do it. Keep on coming forward, man. I love
how Canelo in the post-fight press conference said that Bud Crawford's way better than Floyd Mayweather. Did you hear him say that? Like they asked him about Crawford, and he was like, "Oh yeah." I don't know exactly how he said it, but he was like, "He's way better than Floyd, like way better." Like maybe a 37-year-old Terrence Crawford ends up fighting fucking 48-year-old Floyd Mayweather. Like maybe that's enough to get Floyd Mayweather to come out of retirement and fight him.
Maybe, but I don't
boxers
know if
do that shit, dude. That's the thing.
Like
boxers do that shit though. Like Floyd, I don't know. He's got a big enough ego. And Crawford made $50 million on Saturday night to 150 for Canelo. That would be enough for me. If I was Terrence Crawford, I would be like calling out Floyd Mayweather. And I would say it would be my honor to fight you and see who the greatest of all time is. And get my $100 million paycheck before I retire.
I mean, you might as well try, but
that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying, try. I would try to. I would try to get that 9-figure paycheck, dude. Bud, like he made 50 to Canelo's 150.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? Canelo made $150 million that night.
Yeah, that's absolutely insane. I can't see Floyd Mayweather coming back to fight a serious fight against
isn't he supposed
Crawford,
to fight? He's supposed to box Tyson.
Yeah,
right?
this shit is not happening.
Shit.
Yeah,
it's so dumb. Before we wrap up the show, which
I was gonna share something real quick too, but go ahead.
I wanted to, we gotta mention, we do have to mention Yoel making his debut the other day. And Theodakis, or Dukas came on here last week. Really nice guy. Hey, he freaking went at it with him. He took some hard shots. He
won round dude. 1, right?
Yes, he won round 1.
He won. Sure. Hey, Dukas went out there and won a round. Actually, if we're being serious here, Romero he won the fight, but he's never won a round technically now. He actually lost that first round.
Man,
so,
but hey, I'll tell you right now, though, speaking of 48-year-old fighters, we were just talking about Floyd. Look at freaking Yoel Romero, man. That dude is a Terminator. It's unreal.
I know.
Yeah, he is. He's built out of something different, man. And when he did land those shots on Dukas, you could feel him through the TV, man. You could hear him, you could see him and feel him. Oh my God. I'm like, holy shit. When Dukas is throwing punches at him, it's one thing. when Yoel lands like a quick little short left hand uppercut, like it's just like wham, and it's like he hit him with a fucking aluminum baseball bat. It's
Oh
crazy.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And he
So,
did.
shout out to Theo Dukas for sure, man. That was a ballsy fight to take, and I hope that he gets another fight down the road. I think the BKFC should probably give that guy another shot against
they should
somebody
do
else
him
for
a
sure.
solid, for sure.
Do him a solid. He did them a solid taking that
Yep.
fight.
Oh yeah.
And now Yoel, I know he's 48 years old, and this is the only reason why I think I would be okay with it. Most of the time, 1-0 in the BKFC, you and I have been trying to push for, like, they need to build these guys up a little bit before they give them a title shot. Normally, I would say a fight against Theo Dukas does not earn you a title shot. I love what Big Ben just put in. Large Benjamin just put Yoel versus Lorenzo in the comment section. I do love that. That
would be cool.
I would love to see that one, and the winner of that get a shot at Kamosi Sakara winner. That would be great. That'd be cool. It'd be the return of Lorenzo, and Yoel fighting Lorenzo Hunt would be fucking amazing. I don't know what they do with
that would
him
be
yet,
a good fight.
but they were talking about it that night. What's next for Yoel? It's probably going to be the winner of Kamosi and Sakara. I don't know if they have any other option. I don't know if they have any other choice at his age. Like, he don't have all that much fucking time left, I would think. You know what I mean? Like, let him do it. If he loses, he's a 48-year-old man that lost in a title fight. And if he wins, now you got Yoel Romero with a belt around his fucking waist, and you get to freaking figure out, maybe you get your Lorenzo fight then. It's
I would love to see that Lorenzo fight. That's for sure. Lorenzo has been MIA for a bit. Before we get off here, and hopefully we don't dive too deep into this, but I just really have to bring it up because I'm very excited about this. Let's share the screen here. This is why I switched things up. Oh, here we go. This. Bryce Henry and Jake Lindsay.
I love this.
Yes, here we are. I saw this the other day, and I was very happy about this. Bryce Henry needs to fight more. And I'm not saying it's his fault he doesn't fight more, but we haven't seen Jake Lindsay for a little bit now, right? Right? Jake Lindsay is a fucking soldier. This guy's he's a beast. And Bryce Henry, this is a good fight for Bryce Henry. Not that he's fought guys that aren't worth it, whatever. He took Robbie Peralta out in Hollywood, Florida. This fight right here is really good because these guys are at the pinnacle. They're at the top. You know what I mean? They're both. I don't know if Bryce Henry's actually in the top 5, but he should be in the top 5 in 2 divisions.
He was.
He was there.
And then he wasn't. And then he wasn't. I don't know.
So these two guys fighting will really define, who's going where in the top 5 in that division. I love this fight so much. When I saw this, I was so happy. So I had to bring it up because it's just, I love it. I love to see fight I want to see between 2 really, really good bare knuckle fighters. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I love to see. What were you going to say?
Jake Lindsay's not in the top 5?
He should be, but I don't know if he is. That's the thing.
He's not.
As of late, some things have changed. People have dropped off. And I don't quite understand it. Like earlier, we talked about Nate Maness. He is number 5 in the 135-pound division, but he's 1-0.
Yeah.
So I'm not exactly sure here how he ended up in that position. I do not understand it. But listen, if Caracappa comes in and wins, he's 3-0. He's gonna steal that spot. There's no doubt. He should, anyways.
I was just looking.
Weird shit has happened.
I was looking at their resumes speak for themselves with Bryce and Jake. this is so Jake is 5'11" with a fucking 73-inch reach. This fucking the reason why I was looking it up because nobody has been able to
We're looking at it too.
yeah, no, okay, yeah. Bryce, though, on the other hand, has a 80-inch reach. That like they're never going to be able to find a guy that can cut down that reach advantage that he has. Man, it's amazing to me. I wonder what kind of fighter it's going to be that's going to do it, and maybe Jake Lindsay is that guy. Jake is as tough as they come. I mean, he took Gogo right to the freaking brink, and a lot of people thought he beat Gogo when that title fight was up. You know what I mean? So Jake Lindsay is for sure the toughest challenge for Bryce Henry so far.
Yeah,
and
I love this fight. Like I love it so much. I had to talk about it. Cameron Van Camp, Derek Finley. Derek Finley's fought both of those guys we were just talking about, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Listen,
they're
oh, look at this.
Marisol's back on.
She
Oh,
fought
and
at Sturgis, right?
Yeah, Brooke Evans. We're gonna get her on the show. Her management. I was talking. I got a message from her management. We're gonna talk to her. So we'll get her.
Oh, there's.
We'll get Tyler Randall's on there. And Nate Manis.
Look at that. So I haven't really looked at this card too much. So I'm. Cody Sheave. Remember that guy? He hasn't fought for a bit, right? Let's see if there's any free fights on this card. No fights being out. So, anyways,
hey. So with that, you just said that. I'm gonna just send a message as me and Mike. I think we have big voices in the BKFC community. I am speaking directly to the BKFC brass right now. Put the rest of the Newark card out, please. Put it out. We need to know who the hell's fighting on this card. Why do we only know about 5 fights? You know what I mean? It is 3 weeks away.
Yes.
It's crazy.
We got to know.
You guys are going to fill up the Prudential Center. We need to know who 18,000 people or however many people you're expecting to go to there are going to actually go see fight. It's crazy to me that only a handful of fights have been announced. It's wild to me. Please, Dave Feldman, Nate Shook, Brass, let us know who the hell is in there. Roberto Arma says, I'll be on there. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like he's busting our balls. Yeah.
Like, come on. Let's go. The BKFC loyal are asking you for this. Let us know who the rest of this card is.
So close.
Yeah, we are 3. We're not even 3 weeks away. We're like freaking 2.5 weeks away. Please, come on, let's go. Thank you, and that's all I have for that. With that said, go check out our sponsor. Like I said, Full Blast Clothing. They are our sponsor. They are freaking for the fighters. They are for the fans. Go to www.fullblastclothing.com. Go to Instagram at Full Blast Clothing. Give them a follow. Go to their website. They're a clothing brand for the fighters and the fans. Hold back nothing and give it all you got in the ring. Give it all you got in life. Go Full Blast. Thank you very much. Mike, do you have anything else for the peoples? Man. We got work tomorrow.
One thing. It's 17 days away is October 4th. So 17.
Next week's show is going to be on a Thursday night. I meant to put that out. So everybody that's watching tonight, all you guys are loyal Mike and missionaries. We will see you next Thursday, not Wednesday. I got something going on. So, Mike, anything else for the peeps?
Hey, all I got is this.